Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with another edition of your Eastern Idaho planning briefing for Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Big things to talk about today. So a lot of you are waking up to some morning showers, maybe even a little embedded thunder. We've seen a little thunder and lightning in that activity during the overnight hours, and we have that out across the region. Not expecting this to be really severe or that impactful, other than maybe necessitating an umbrella for your commute this morning. But this activity is important because it's going to have an impact on our severe weather risk later this afternoon. And that's the main story. Risk of strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening across Southeast Idaho. Main threats with this: lightning, large hail, damaging winds. But there's still a caveat. This is still a little bit dependent on how much fuel we can collect for these thunderstorms, how much destabilization and heating and sunshine we see in the wake of the morning shower activity. And we'll talk about that. Also, mild temperatures continuing to melt some of that higher elevation snow and continuing to see some high stream and river flows across the region. Taking a look at the satellite view this morning, you can see lots of moisture, lots of clouds, some shower activity here across the northern Rockies, including southern Idaho. A little bit of a break in that activity, though, as you look off to the west. Northern California, northwestern Nevada, up into Oregon, seeing a little bit of break in the cloud cover. So we do think we will be able to clear out this morning shower activity and see some destabilization behind it, setting the stage for this afternoon. The actual storm, the actual shortwave trough that's fueling all of this is actually just off the coast, out near where these red arrows are. So this is still moving into the region. It'll dominate our weather today. We'll wrap up with a cold front tonight. And we'll be into just some lighter and less impactful weather for the next several days. Looking at the matrix here, the weather impact overview, just like yesterday, 2 days lit up for you. Again, main concern today for strong to severe thunderstorms. Also breezy conditions for portions of the Snake Plain, the Magic Valley, the South Hills, Southeast Highlands, also up into Lemhi County, and we'll show you that. Lighter, low-impact weather Friday and Saturday. We're going to actually have some weak ridging, some weak high pressure trying to build in Friday and Saturday, but it's what we call a dirty high pressure. There's going to be some moisture, some really weak embedded disturbances underneath that ridge that may give us a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm either day, particularly during the afternoon hours and particularly over the mountains with less activity, drier weather generally in the Snake Plain. Sunday, we still have you highlighted here. Next main system coming into the region with more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. A little too early to tell if this will give us any impactful weather in terms of strong thunderstorms or wind. And then cooler on Monday with even some rain and high elevation snow showers behind that second system. Here's a look at your high temperatures today across the region. Not as warm as yesterday. Man, we made it up into the 80s for places like Pocatello and Burley yesterday afternoon. Backing off a little bit today because of those showers and cloud cover, but still getting up into the 60s and 70s across the region. So let's take a look at the timing of all of this thunderstorm threat today. Remember, this is one of many computer models we use, and it is a high-resolution computer model. It gets pretty detailed, and we got to caution you with these higher-resolution models that they're not always right in terms of where they place an individual shower or thunderstorm. So we want you to just look at the overall flavor, the overall picture that the model is giving us. Starting off at 6 a.m. this morning across the region, you can see here picking up on those showers and embedded thunderstorms that many of you are waking up to this morning. And as we advance to 7 o'clock, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., a lot of that activity shifting from the Snake Plain off into the eastern highlands to the east of I-15. By the time we get to noon, mostly out of the area into the state of Wyoming. You'll notice here by noon, not much going on yet in the wake of this morning shower activity. This is the key critical period, okay? This is the period where we're going to have to see how much sunshine, how much heating and destabilization we can get in the wake of this morning shower activity, and that's really going to set the tone for the rest of the afternoon. If we see lots of destabilization, lots of sunshine breaking out during the late morning, early afternoon hours, more of a severe weather threat will develop. But if we see lots of cloud cover really hanging on across the majority of the region, that's going to reduce that heating, and we may see only a very isolated severe weather threat for the rest of the afternoon. Now, from noon, advancing to about 2 o'clock, you can see we're still pretty quiet in our forecast area. I can't rule out an isolated shower or storm here up across the central mountains, or down here you can see the model is trying to generate something in the eastern Magic Valley or Cassia County. But I think the window really starts at 2 o'clock, okay? That's the best window for potential thunderstorms and severe weather. So 3, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., you can see a smattering of isolated to scattered thunderstorms. Again, few strong to severe. Threat will be for everyone. Okay, nobody's going to squeak out completely dry or have no thunderstorm threat today. But these will be hit and miss, and not everyone will actually see a severe storm at your location. 6, 7, 8 o'clock as we go into the evening, things starting to wind down and move off to the east. And by the time we get to 9 or 10 o'clock, maybe an isolated shower or storm remaining out there, but in general, the event will be over across the region. So to recap the general picture, the thunderstorm threat today, again, not everyone will see a severe storm over the course of the day, but there will likely be a few out there. Main threats highlighted in yellow here: lightning, damaging winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour. We're also seeing a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere, and this is an ingredient we don't always have here in Idaho, but it helps to organize thunderstorms and strengthen them and make them last longer, give them a greater longevity. And with that shear in place, we're worried about some large hail as well out of the strongest storms of the day, possibly quarter to golf ball size. And again, that's not every storm, but a few of those strong to severe thunderstorms may be capable of this large hail. Tornado threat is really low, very limited. Couple key ingredients that we usually look for tornado development are missing today. So in general, I don't think we're going to see anything. There's just a very slight chance, a low-end chance of maybe an isolated tornado somewhere in Idaho if we see that really good destabilization this afternoon. Timing, again, best window 2 p.m. to 9 p.m., maybe an isolated shower or storm either side of that. Few things you can do to prepare today, okay? Even if we only see 1 or 2 isolated severe thunderstorms, erring on the side of caution is definitely a good idea when we can. We would encourage everyone to monitor for any watches or warnings, okay, severe thunderstorm watches, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings that our office might issue today. If you have items outside that might blow around, think patio furniture, lawn chairs, grills, things like that, and you're able to bring them inside or put them away in a shed or garage, might not be a bad idea, just in case you see stronger winds at your location. Also, if you're able to bring your vehicle into the garage, just in case there is some hail out there near your location, it's a great idea as well. And remember, make sure you have a way to monitor and get warnings today. Make sure wireless emergency alerts are enabled on your phone. Make sure your NOAA weather radio is plugged in and working. Check our Facebook and social media pages, etc. And just be weather aware over the course of the day. Also a reminder, severe thunderstorm watches versus warnings. So a watch, starting over here on the right, means severe weather is possible, conditions are favorable, and it's really just a heads up to be weather aware and pay attention to what's going on. If we see a severe thunderstorm with damaging winds or large hail headed for your location, we will issue a severe thunderstorm warning. That is the more urgent type of alert. And again, definitely want to be weather aware and monitor for any of those products today. Outside of any thunderstorms, very strong winds just off the surface. We're going to mix some of that down and have a breezy afternoon and evening across Southeast Idaho. These are sustained winds, generally getting up to about 15 to 25 miles per hour across the region, and then wind gusts about 30 to 40 miles per hour outside of any thunderstorms. We're a little low for issuing a wind advisory across the region or a lake wind advisory for American Falls Reservoir, but there could be some rough chop out there. And of course, if you're out recreating, be mindful of the severe weather threat. High temperatures on Friday, just a little bit cooler with, again, maybe a hit or miss shower or storm. Saturday, gaining just a few degrees. Again, a shower or storm possible, but no high impact weather to start off your weekend. Sunday, this is that second system coming in. You can see temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Chance of some more widespread showers and thunderstorms across the state of Idaho, particularly during the afternoon hours on Sunday. And then Monday, cooler behind that second system. Look at these temperatures, only topping out in the upper 40s to upper 50s for highs, with maybe a few morning snow showers in a few of our mountain locations. We'll wrap up again with a look at the flooding situation. We're down to only one alert for flooding as of this morning, and that's this flood warning that remains in effect for portions of Willow Creek near Tex Creek. That's to the south of the Ryrie area. Here's a look at what the water's been doing over the past several days. It's still running right near bank full, okay? Right on the low end of minor flood stage to bank full conditions. May stay there or trend down just a little bit over the next several days, but watch out for some spillage and seepage there along the waterway. We canceled the flood advisory that was in effect for the Blackfoot River above Blackfoot Reservoir, and you can see it's still running right near bank full, but we don't have any impacts going on right now there. And one change to the forecast, Henry's Fork, the blue line indicating what the water level's been doing the past several days. Forecast now calls for it to potentially get near bankful conditions as we head into this weekend. So just be mindful of that. We'll continue to watch this. Not expecting any major flooding along the Henry's Fork at this time. That's what we're looking at for today across Southeast Idaho. If you have any questions for us, as always, please reach out here at the office, and have a great and safe Thursday.